Good morning, poppers. Say it back. Welcome to Freshly Popped, a daily show where we examine pop culture headlines so you don't have to. Today is Friday, June 26th. I almost said July. And I am Ryan Graham. And today, back into the house, popping in, we have Nadirah.
Hey, y'all.
Wow, welcome back, Nadirah. Thank you so much for joining me and filling in while Sequoia is in her French fantasy. How are you today? I know, we love living.
I love it. I love France so much. And thank you for having me back. This is so fun.
Have we ever talked about, I think we probably have. My memory be so crazy. We talked about Paris. You love Paris as well, yes?
I love Paris. Paris is in my top 3. It's Cuba is actually my number 1.
You told me that.
I know. I think Martha's Vineyard is my 2.
And then Paris?
Then Paris is, yeah. And Martha's Vineyard and Paris good. Like, so I literally love Paris. I love Paris.
It's so fucking beautiful. I know.
It's amazing.
Sequoia's in Cannes, so like south of France right now. And like I think they were debating if they were going to pop up to Paris. I don't think they'll have time to make it, her and Garrett.
Okay,
but
yeah.
I was like, hey, if you can squeeze it in, it's...
Go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it. I also love that with all of the food that I eat here that'll like make my stomach hurt, when I was in France, not a problem. I was like, what is this?
That France and Italy both, like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. It's what they make their food out of. They like use real ingredients, and like the FDA like kind of lets a lot of shit come. Like, we've talked about this too.
Yes.
The amount of things they allow that get through the FDA is
crap in our food. Yeah.
But yeah, so that is why I think it's over there. Even like wine, like I feel like you can drink wine in France and Italy, and you're like, oh, I don't have a hangover.
I was
feel
okay.
Fine.
Yeah. Yep. I was fine. Whenever I have alcohol in anywhere that's not America, I nothing. Like I feel okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I barely
Maybe
drink
it's also
now because yeah,
you're right. I mean, also, I wonder if it's also like the vacation of it all. Like maybe the hangover just feels better because you're like, I don't have work tomorrow. I can't tell. Part of me is like, is it that we feel better, or is it that like, oh, I'm not being oppressed by my job and things that I have to get
could be. But I'll tell you, when I had a mojito and a chicken in Cuba, that chicken tasted like no other roasted chicken I had ever had before, and that mojito. This was like years ago. I had like 5 back to back to back. They were $3 each. It was crazy. $3 dollars. Yeah. Look, when this fool is not president anymore, if you ready, I'm down to go. I don't want to go while he's
I mean, I agree. Like, also, there's lots of travel where I'm like, oh, I don't know if we should do that right now.
I don't want to go. I don't want to declare my reason, and then they're like, this girl,
actually,
she's a little radical.
Put her in jail. Yeah, they're like going through your social media and they're like, actually, put her away, lock her up.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess because like a lot of the food over here is like on meth and not literal meth, but you know what I mean. They on the steroids.
Yes,
and all.
Yeah. No,
It's
they
just
really
chaotic.
are. They really are. We have to grow our own food. And
we do.
I would.
That's kind of the dream. Honestly,
it is
the dream. In the end, like I would love to, like in theory, have like a farm and all those things. You know what it is? Because we need a community. We need a community of people to work on that farm and do those things.
That's what I want. Ryan, let's see, you have to come to Jersey because I grew up going to farms, and I also used to grow fruits and vegetables. And then one day I went outside, the rabbits ate my tomatoes, and I haven't grown a fruit or vegetable since. I was so mad.
Beefing with these rabbits.
I was pissed. I was like, no, like I don't want to do it anymore. My mom was like, we just gotta get a net. I was like, no, it's okay. Like I'm just gonna go to the farmer's market and buy my produce from them fresh and support, but I'm not growing nothing no more. But yes, that's what we need.
What if the rabbits need you? What if your tomatoes were so good the rabbits are like, I don't know what Nadirah did to these, but
they were good, which is why I went out there. They all had bite marks in them. I was like, what is this? And my mom and dad were like,
the rabbits left you some. They left you. They just wanted a bite. They left. You said no. I don't care.
Boo, no. And I I love rabbits, but I was pissed.
Of course. Like my prized tomatoes.
Yes.
Stupid. Oh, God. Well, today we are losing it over Oprah Winfrey facing backlash for her comments about Whitney Houston, and we're going to get into all of the Love Island Casa Amor mess.
We sure will.
But before we get into all that, we did start a Patreon. You can join us over on there. We have extended episodes every day, so we talk about like life, love, the airline food getting smaller and smaller. We are slowly starting a revolution to get full-size Cheez-Its. So if you want to join the revolution, hear us over there. Join us over on Patreon. We have our link in the description box. But let's get into today's topics.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey, child. So Oprah Winfrey is getting dragged by Whitney Houston's estate and many others for her comments at Cannes Lions about Whitney Houston falling on stage. So Oprah was giving a talk. She also received an award at Cannes Lions where she was talking about like being a creator and having a space and using your platform for good. She talks about her school. She talks about the work she's done around the world, and then she also talks about like famous interviews she does and has had. She brings up Whitney Houston in the light of like, oh, you know, I helped her get sober for the first time, yada yada yada, in an interview, and then she talks about a later instance when Oprah comes back to the show and she claims is not sober and falls off of the stage. Girl, Oprah, let me find the actual clip of her talking about it really quickly.
And I stopped the cameras, and I went behind stage, and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? And I'm going to tell you what I want to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And do you all know, this is an amazing thing that happened. I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew...
His face.
He was like, oh.
If that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that everybody would be, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not. And what about...
So, yes, Oprah talks about Whitney Houston coming back to perform, claiming that she was high and then fell off of the stage because she was high. And she's like, because I'm Oprah and I have an audience that trusts me, I could say, don't post these photos because it'll ruin Whitney Houston's life. And they didn't. So she's using it to say, like, you know, when you have a platform and you create this space, you can do really good things. While she is dragging or like making claims against a legend who has not been with us for 10 years, over 10 years. So I'm like, why would you go out of your way to bring this up and then like also bring up Whitney Houston in a way that references like a dark time in her life? You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a weird, unnecessary thing to do. Also, we didn't ask for you to talk about her being high. Like, you could have just talked about your platform and all those things and been fine. Whitney Houston's family and her team are not having it. Her former sister-in-law, Pat Houston, who was also her manager at the time, came on and was like, that is not true. Whitney Houston was not high. She was like, I was there. She said, quote, Whitney absolutely fell on the stage, but it was due to it was during a sound check, and it was due to darkness in the area and her familiarity with the stage, not that she was high. Her bodyguard also came out and was like, hey, I was there that day. We were doing the sound check. He was like, I was backstage, and she was walking away. Hey, watch out. And then she didn't see it. Whitney laughed it off and was like, oh, my bad. I didn't see that. And he goes, yeah, it's obvious you didn't see it. Like, she was in good spirits about it. It was a joke. It wasn't like a big deal the way Oprah is making it sound. Whitney Houston's hairstylist is coming out and being like, Oprah's got a lot of nerve. I don't know what she's talking about. This feels like that's not true. Ricky Smiley, even like it's been so many people coming. Yeah, even Ricky Smiley enters the building. I'm gonna play a clip of his response, because like again, Whitney Houston is a legend. I don't think you come for her lightly. So let me play this clip from Ricky Smiley.
People in our family that's struggling with addiction, and we have lost loved ones with addiction, whatever the case may be. But why would you bring stuff like that up? Why is it when it comes to you and Gail, right after Kobe Bryant died, Gail interviewed Lisa Leslie, if I'm not mistaken, was asking her about a sexual assault case that he was found innocent of. And the fact that y'all are so out of touch with the Black community and been rich so long that you don't even know not to talk about certain things a certain kind of way. Because if you was really sincere and genuine about people not filming that stuff, then you might as well have told them to film, because you brought it up and aired it out anyway. What does it matter?
Right. I feel like this feels unnecessary from Oprah. Like I don't understand why it's brought up now. I'm assuming she was just in the moment, but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? I've been talking for a minute.
I feel like it's one of those things where, and what Ricky said about us as a community, and I feel like there is this kind of, I don't want to say air, but this expectation, and I do support this, when we are Black people in the industry, to kind of protect one another as up to certain levels. If you're doing wild and heinous stuff, right, you're not getting protected. But the people who do deserve that care, I think there's also this interesting side, and I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, where you do have a person who is a journalist and they are saying a story, and I wouldn't have said it, and I'm someone who loves Oprah. I used to watch the Oprah Winfrey Show every day when I came home from school. I still watch it on YouTube, all the old episodes. I'm like,
do you really?
Yeah, I think she's
Oprah,
fascinating to me, what she did. So I think just in the TV space, amazing. But I was just like, dang, like, why are we hearing the story? Also, Whitney Houston from Jersey, big Jersey, legend, love. So I never want to, especially with someone who's no longer here, I just don't want to hear these stories about her, because it personally makes me sad, and it makes me think, again, even all of these people coming out, and I'm not saying that they're not telling the truth, I do believe them, but I also could feel a sense of protection if I'm on Whitney's team, saying like, hey, no, we're not doing this, we're shutting it down. And again, I do believe them. They're all like, this is not what happened, y'all. Like, what's going on? But the fact that we even have to get into this now, where loved ones are having to recount certain memories or go back to certain times, I'm just like, I don't like this at all. And I guess the part, if we didn't know this, but if I would have heard like on some like a secret or like
some rumor mill, like, yeah, you know, she
rumor
was,
mill, yeah, or if it was on like what's like a blind item somewhere, and they were like, hey,
like a demois,
this happened to Whitney, and Oprah was like, nah, make sure, like, I would have been like, dang, that's fire. I love that happened, and you were like, nah,
don't cut it. Yeah.
Don't say anything about this. Nobody nothing. Don't post anything like that to me, because I do want that. I don't want Whitney's.
At that point, she would have been on the team of protecting Whitney. It's just that now, because and I guess at the time, in a world where that is a truth, and like that, I mean, I do believe that is Oprah's truth. I will say that. Yes, I believe that she probably thought she was high, and so that is her truth. And I can see a world where she's like, hey, don't post this. And agreed, that is the moment.
I love that.
It's just like, then keep it. Like, do it and keep that. Be like, oh, I know that I did good. I know that I helped protect a legend, as opposed to bringing it up now. And maybe she feels in the sense of like, it's years removed. She's just riffing. I still feel like,
but I feel like, it's just, again, it's not a funny story from the past. It's not hey, you all never knew this. We're thinking about Whitney, who was dealing with drugs and addiction for a very long time, someone we lost very young, and in such a sad way, that to be kind of reminded of that and pulled back into that, it's just not, this is not the Whitney story that I would want to hear from Oprah.
100%.
I would want to hear like, hey, did you know that backstage she started saying such and such, and she was rapping this song, and I didn't know she knew this artist, but just so y'all know, she was listening to such and such. Like, I love that, but
100%.
A part of me loves that she protected her. Again, if that's her truth, I love that. I just don't love now that Whitney, who is no longer here with us, is not here to tell her story about that day, and other people are doing it. Yeah,
there's a world where this story was told where it was like, even if you just remove the she was not sober the time she came back, because I'm like, Oprah, you don't know that. You could have literally been like, there was a time Whitney, like, because like it's not like she was coming off of, I did important interviews, I helped Whitney Houston, yada yada yada, and then could be like, one time she came back, she fell on stage and just left it at that, and like made it like a joke and made it light, and she was like, but I was like, hey, I knew my audience, I created a space where I could trust them and they could trust me, and I was like, let's not post that. Like, we don't want rumors to get started about Whitney Houston, let's not do that. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been the way she spun this story to be still protecting her, but it's not. Now the narrative is she was on drugs. You know what I mean?
And this happens a lot, because we've seen it with Patti LaBelle and Luther, and again, love both of them, but people talking about, like, people who aren't here, like, we're just sharing their stories and without them being able to control the narrative, and we're also telling stories that they may not have wanted to be told. And again, that gets into the space of, okay, if you are a journalist, what can you or can you not share? Where is the line? Are we saying, hey, when we're backstage, anything that happens here is off the record, I'm not going to talk about it. Once you come into the building, anything that happens is up for me to talk about. Like, it's always a tricky line. And Patty and Luther is different because that was totally
what
different.
Did she try to out him? Wasn't that the, like,
yes.
I remember that was a very recent interview where she, I forget what she specifically said, but I knew it was something like she outed him. Yeah, and I was like, now,
and it's just
Patty.
like Luther has never said anything about this.
No, he's never.
That was not. So again, we just have to, and again, different because those are two people who were friends versus someone who is a journalist
like a
versus a performer.
Relationship.
Yes,
right.
Different relationships. But again, I just think it goes into how people in the industry, especially Black people particularly, view protection.
Yeah.
And what they feel is safe and not safe to share.
I wonder, now that I'm thinking about this, is this just like an auntie thing?
That's also what I was thinking.
Patty, and like, I'm like, this, now that I'm really like, I'm like, you know what? Let me have a level of grace for Oprah. Obviously legend in her own right, but like also this is probably just some auntie stuff where she's not thinking about it that way. She's 70,
think so.
Patty's 70.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, I'm just sitting around chatting and gabbing and just kind of like loose lips. It's like you can't tell your aunties everything.
And that's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to like just immediately go to like Oprah is just she's just
an old lady.
She's just talking, and it doesn't make it right because again, Whitney,
you still have
legend,
to,
New Jersey, like come on, we always riding for Whitney,
right.
Always riding for like anyone whose stories are being told without them being here. I just am always like, okay, like did you get authorization to share
say these
story?
things?
Like what's going on? But yeah, it really just seemed like somebody who was just comfortable talking, thought they were sharing something, and people would be like, wow, Oprah, that was so great. And then it became, well, no, maybe we shouldn't have heard that. Like, I really think that's what it was. I'm not one of those people, and I know there are many people who think Oprah is malicious and all of these things. I don't. I've met her. She's super nice. Like, she's really cool. I just don't, I don't see that. Again, other people could have whatever opinions they want.
Oprah,
but
she doesn't strike me as malicious. I think anytime you become very wealthy and then do that for a long time, you just are perhaps removed or like you're just unrelatable. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I doubt that it's maliciousness and it's more unrelatable. Like she just doesn't understand anymore.
And doesn't realize that hey, the internet today is gonna
different.
Tear you up because you said that.
Then again, I'm like, I reminded that she gave us Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil.
I
don't know, whatever. Like this isn't a
deep
dive on Oprah, but I'm like, well, she did give us those two, you know.
And that Dr. Phil doc was a bad John. That wasn't
the Dr. Phil of it all is a little strange.
It wasn't good.
You know, that's fair. Good. I feel like Oprah was maybe just being auntie and being a little messy, and you know, it'd be like that sometimes.
I wonder if she'll apologize. Do you think she'll apologize?
Maybe. I think if this gets big enough, I feel like right now, like there is some backlash, but it doesn't feel like it's like. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whitney's team is, and then now Ricky Smiley, but like it's not like huge. So maybe not. But I think she will probably just move on because she's like, I'm Oprah. She's fine.
Yep. Well, look, all of that. Let's continue to celebrate Whitney and her legacy. One of the greatest vocalists of all time, and.
That's what we should remember. Instead of thinking of her falling off that stage, think of her singing the national anthem like no one has ever sang. That I go back to that video often. I will YouTube Whitney Houston sing the national anthem, and I'm like, this is insane. She made it so easy.
Insane.
A voice. Speaking of insane, the villa this week has been insane. It's crazy. I haven't talked about it all week, so we can really jump in anywhere. The guests we've had on don't watch, so I'm glad to have someone who watches.
Really?
I know. We didn't talk about it yesterday. So like last night in the villa, they dropped off mailboxes and like showed photos, and it erupted in the house.
Chaos.
God, there's so many places to start. I also caveat, when they got rid, like they brought in 12 boys for the villa, they got rid of all of the dark. It was literally like there was a line. It was like if you were darker, go. And people were upset about that.
Yeah.
Because Anaya didn't like Keon. I think that was the beefier black guy.
Keon. Yep.
Have you seen him being messy on the internet and liking comments about?
No.
Oh yeah. So
What is he saying?
So he basically, there have been lots of girls like posting messages and DMing him about like how he was beautiful and they can't believe that Anaya passed him up. So he's just like liking those comments, reposting them. I'll share a couple of them. Like Cosmo had screenshotted some of them. So there was like Love Eileen would say, I think the producers might need our help talking some sense into the ladies. And then this is him reposting himself here. This is in his story. He's Mr. Unfazed online. Also, there's several comments on his photos where they're saying, you're saying she gives Casey the hardest time. Casey just admitted he didn't like her and then didn't have enough in common. Casey misleading her the whole time. She was actually right about him. He likes that. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, that's not the one he liked. He liked the one where it was like, LOL, she ain't proven. What does it say? Oh, she dug herself into a hole and made him uninterested, talking about Casey. He's liking that. It said Anaya deserves Casey playing in her face because what the fuck. So basically, they're saying Anaya deserves Casey, and he's liking that. Ain't no way Anaya picked Old Boy Meets World Dude over Key. How he likes this in the villa. He's just liking comments disparaging Anaya, and it's kind of messy and shady. He's like reposting in his stories a lot of stuff like that, and it's like people are saying she has discernment and that she knew he was probably going to be not great for her, so she let him go as well and picked Carl. I liked Casey before the villa or the Casa Amor stuff. Yeah. And now I am much less on Team Casey. Specifically after last night. I had to jump off the train. I kept defending Casey because I was like, I do feel like being left at the door was messed up. I also felt like Anaya, it's almost like she didn't hear him. I think he was trying his best to be like, reassure her and do all those things. And then after last night and like seeing the photos and him being like, man, I don't care, him talking to Corbin, that's where I really had to get off the KC train. Like him and Corbin being like, the girls in the villa are high school and these girls are college. I'm like, crazy. It was crazy to me.
It was crazy.
So I have to give more pause to KC now, and I think I have to get off the train because I think the way he is responding makes him feel a lot more performative than I thought he was before. Like his like you're a beautiful dark skinned woman, all those things sounded good, and I was like, I'm gonna give it to you. Maybe you actually mean these things. Now I don't know, something about the way he's behaving in the Casa Amor of it all makes me go, oh, I don't know. Tiara is like questioning him and his like love, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is becoming a pattern, and now I think you might be just on some bullshit. I don't know. It makes me very, very much feel differently about Casey. I don't know, how do you feel about him?
I feel like my issue with this season overall is that everyone is so acutely aware of America watching them that nothing feels real or authentic. Like it feels like everyone is kind of playing to the voters and to the camera and kind of saying things that we would want them to hear. I also think people are coupled up because they know if they stay in a couple, they'll stay on the show.
It's about playing the game versus like, oh, I'm really trying to explore something. Yes.
Yeah, like and obviously people get sent home once they're gone, but like Beatrice and Gabrielle, I was into that. I was like, it actually seems like they really like each other, and we'll see if they connect after. And it's not that I don't think that the people in the show now like each other, but it just feels like they're making a show versus being a part of a show, if it makes sense. Like, I don't want my cast members to be on
producing themselves.
It doesn't feel the same. And obviously we can all look at season 6 as like, oh, we love season 6. But even when you watch Love Island UK, it's just a little different. Like, the vibe is different. The way we're moving is different. Corbin's like, I don't care about Kinsey. Of course he doesn't care about Kinsey because he found someone else to match up with. So I'm going to stay on the show.
That was my thought, because I was like, I felt like I missed an episode with both Kinsey and Corbin, because I was like, they seem so into each other and like so like committed, and like our connection's so strong, only to immediately be like, fuck that. Like Kinsey's like, I don't care, fuck him, blah, blah, blah. And Corbin being like, I don't care, I'm happy for her.
I don't care.
And I'm like, where was y'all connection? And then also him and Permita. But it's now like they were playing to connection. They weren't actually connected at all. And then I think they think they were physically or sexually attracted to each other, and that was the end of the connection.
And that was it. Yep.
They did not care. And like now that he's with Parmita, their whole conversation, I felt I think Corbin thinks that we like him more than we do. He was like, yeah, you're just so perfect. Oh my God. You're the female me. And she's like, yeah, you're them. If I was a guy, I'd be you. And I'm like, this is the meme of two dumb bitches saying exactly that is this conversation. Corbin and Parmita, I'm like, these two people feel there are no lights on. They are both robots built in a lab, and they are just like, yes, this is good. And I think it'll work. I do think that those two will work. I don't see a world where America is like, we like them. Like, they're not going to win.
Yeah, they're not going to win.
But I do see them staying together.
I agree. Also, I don't know, allegedly, don't know if this is true, but before we got on here, I saw people saying that Parmita has some posts on social media that aren't good.
Not about to pack her up.
Allegedly, I don't know. I literally, because I'm big on verifying, but we'll see, child. I literally saw my threads right before I opened this, and I was like, I'm gonna read this after because this needs a deep dive.
I know, yeah. We'll see, because I'm like, you saw they packed up Alana, and like, and good. I missed it. I missed them saying it. I just was like, they cut from commercial break to the next, and then they were doing seeing the envelope, and I didn't even hear the line of Alana has left the villa. And I know Zach gave the biggest breath of relief. He was like, whew, thank God I don't have to deal with that, because he was the entire time stressed about Kayda. And and I feel so bad for him, because when the girls got that thing, Kayda fell out. Immediately starts bawling.
I was kind of shocked that she fell out, like, as much as she did.
Same. Because I knew she liked him, but I thought it was, this made me feel like she was more connected to him than I expected. She seemed like, and I also don't think I was paying that close attention to how, like, I'm not gonna say good, but like, she was respecting their relationship way more than I remembered. And I'm like, oh yeah, you really weren't kissing those boys. And I remember, I think it was Che was like, oh, can I get a kiss? And she goes, no. She was like exploring, but in a way that felt like, I still, at the end of the day, want to go back to Zach. I'm like, oh, she really, really cares for this boy. And I feel, I mean, like, bawling. She was so sad.
She was crying so hard. I was just not prepared. And I think that's the other thing about this season, which you can only put so much into one episode. Right. But I feel like I'm missing some of and I do believe that their connection is really strong, but I'm like, I'm missing some, like, what are the conversations that these other couples are having? Like, I feel like I used to watch Love Island and feel something. Like, I used to, like, certain couples are like, ooh, I'm rooting for y'all. Now, I will tell you, Sincere and
Amora, the new girl, or Melanie? Which one?
Amora. I kind of feel something there.
I kind of like them too. I feel bad. I feel bad for Melanie, because I think Melanie really, really wants it to work. But I'm like, oh, him and Amora. Okay, here's the thing about Sincere. I feel like in the way that KC and Corbin now to me feel like they are on some like bullshit, I think Sincere is literally like, I think he actually is confused. I think he actually feels a way about like Melanie and like, but like, oh, I do have feelings for her and I do want that to be something. But also something here feels new and different. And I wonder if it was just like, because him and Melanie went through like this, like, it's like they're trauma bonded. Like they went through this like tumultuous thing in the beginning, and now they're like, he's like, yeah, this should work, because all those things happen, and then it feels easier with Amora. And Amora doesn't feel like she's on like some, because even TT, like the way she's with Casey, it feels like
I'm coming at
I like her.
I'm coming,
but yes, and she feels like she's trying to be on the show, and like and not no shade to that, but it feels like I'm here to be a bombshell in the sense of I'm taking your man, I'm doing this thing, and I want to win the game. I feel like Amora is like, oh, I'm actually interested in.
That's how Sincere. I feel. Yeah, that's literally how I feel watching them. That was probably the first time this season where I watched a couple interact and was like, oh, this is so sweet.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I felt a scene. I mean, I like Sincere. I definitely think he's a jokester. He's playing the game. He's from South Jersey. Shout out to my South Jerseyans.
Come on, Jersey. Wow, everywhere.
I see him. Cape May, New Jersey. I see you, Sincere. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this season. How do you feel overall? Like, now that we're at CASA, do you feel like this CASA Amor experience has felt like previous CASA Amors?
This feels by far the messiest CASA Amor to me. Granted, I've started to go back and watch 6, but I've only seen 7 and now this. So this feels very, to me it felt early, but maybe it's not. In my brain, I'm like, I don't think we, I felt
early
we got here.
Too, yeah.
And maybe it's because I don't feel connected to the
That's what it is.
it feels early because I'm like, I don't think I'm rooting for any couple.
Anybody.
And, yeah, I don't feel really, and then even like in the way they responded to stuff, like obviously Kayda and Zach feel away. They are the only one that feels like, oh, we really mess up. Sincere seems like lightly bothered, but he seems like, whatever, I'm kind of moving on.
Whatever.
Corbin doesn't care. Caleb obviously doesn't care. And KC doesn't seem to care. Yeah, Corbin doesn't. I'm like, Corbin, I don't know. I wrote in my notes last night, do Corbin and KC know that this is filmed? Like, it feels like they feel like CASA AMOR is like not being broadcast. And I'm like, they want to win the game, but I'm like, do you guys know that we can see you and that we're not going to like you after this? Like, you're going to look bad. You're going to look very, very bad.
So funny. That's
Chaos.
so funny.
But yeah, it does feel weird. But even like Caleb and this new girl, I'm like, am I missing something? Like, I don't feel like they feel forced. That's what it is. Almost everything feels forced, and I don't understand. Even like Anaya and Carl, like it feels like I guess that's what has to happen, but like I don't really feel that. She feels like she is still clearly upset about KC, and I do think she needs to let that go because I don't think KC. He even said like we don't have anything in common. Like, and I'm like, something. What was you don't have any hard feelings towards KC right now? He really made me annoyed. This CASA made me not like him. I don't.
Do you know what I think it was? I think it's because I haven't had a strong connection to anyone this season. Whereas like last season and in previous seasons, I felt like, oh, this is my person, this is my client. Like I have had zero clients this season. Like I have none because I just have not. So even seeing Casey say that, I was like, okay, like he's here. Like he's here just doing what I kind of expected him to do, which was like him and I are together. I don't want to say by default, but that's kind of how it felt. It was like by default. So we're together and we're going to stick it out. We're going to stay on this show. We're going to see if we like each other, but we don't have anything in common. Our conversations are not like, even the conversations that we're having on this show. And last night when my sister and I were watching, we were talking about how even this season, like the conversations feel so surface level. Now, it's not like they're getting super deep into politics or race or anything in previous seasons, but even this is like, have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah, no, I haven't cheated either. Or like, what kind of house do you want? Like, yeah, you're right. It's like, it feels like they all feel like a bunch of first dates. Every time I've watched a conversation, it feels like a first date as opposed to. Like. And I forgot that the Anaya and Casey, because it did feel like she didn't pick him. No one was behind his door, and it felt like, oh well, I know if I get with another black person, we'll stick around. And then it doesn't feel like anyone else has come that has been their type, and except for now, I do think that TT is more so aligned with Casey's type, and then I feel like Anaya is feeling a way about it because I think she like has like developed feelings for Casey, but it does feel like it's out of like I don't even know if it's trauma bond. It's like this was my person. I don't know. I don't think she's playing the game, but she's like, oh yeah, this was what was supposed to work, and then it's not working because I agree. I don't think they have things in common, and I don't know. It does feel weird.
It's weird.
One other person. And then Kinsey just moved on so quick, and I don't like. Kinsey, she did fetishize Corbin, and she literally was like, she literally will just bounce. And I mean, I guess I love that she will cut them off. Yeah, like she's like, yep, he's done. That's over.
Yep. Hey, doesn't care. Experience.
It's kind of crazy.
It's so crazy. I just don't know what it is about this season where I'm just like I'm so locked in. Like I'm so locked in because I have to see what happens. But like whoever we vote to go home this weekend, because I know a vote is coming up, like I won't be sad. Like I was sad when Beatrice went home, and I was actually upset when Gabrielle went home. Like,
same. I was surprisingly upset about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just felt like that was super corny to send him. We don't have to get into it. Y'all saw it. And if not, go back. But
like, whatever. Gabrielle was not doing anything wrong, and him and Beatrice have been on live together. Like they have reconnected out of the villa, and so like so I'm like they felt. And also watching his reaction to her leave made me feel like, oh, that felt more real. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe the show is not showing the things that make the connections feel stronger. Because even like the Bryce and Trinity of it all. Okay, two things. Yes. I love that Trinity is in the house like, we don't give a fuck. Turn up. We're blessed. We're in VG. Yep. Like I love her. She's so fun. Yes. I love her. Bryce being this upset also confuses me because I'm like, where?
It shocked me a little bit. I don't know why.
I think because I'm like, I always thought that they were just kind of like not a bit, but like... They were just together because they're like, together. Oh, there's no one else, and this works.
Yes,
and like his response makes you go, oh, I guess you do have feelings. Yeah. And I don't think Trinity does. Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't seen Trinity actually care about him in like a real like romantic way. It feels like work husband. It feels like, oh, I like you. You are my friend. I'm surprised by how much I like you, but like I don't like you in a romantic way. I like you in a like that's my work husband, and like we're having fun, but I don't think she actually likes him. Does that make sense?
I agree. I also feel like if I had a work husband, but we also didn't have our phones, there are no clocks to tell us what time it is, we're barely sleeping and can't take naps, I could see that person kind of falling in. And like, but like, I can see us. Yeah, like we're here. Things are different. It's weird. I don't know what day it is, what time it is, and I like this. So I could see that creating that. And I actually, after last night when Bryce got really upset, I was like, oh, I believe him too. Yes.
Oh, I believe him specifically. I believe him less than I believe her, and not like a knock against her. But I just think like for her it's still that thing. But I do think he is like that, and I forget that like of course the way the show is set up, it is like because I've been on long trips. Like I did a week-long study abroad, and I remember thinking I fell in love with a teacher's aide. And I was like, I remember because we spent every night with him. We were going out. Every night, yeah. And I remember like being like, do I like this man? And then but the thing, it's like the office Christmas party where like you have your work husband, y'all both single, you're a couple of drinks in, like you're spending time together at the Christmas party, you're laughing, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, you know what? You make out, you maybe spend the night, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, I came back from the study abroad trip and was like,
is this a true story? Sorry, just kidding. Nah. That was very
specific. So I have never hooked up at a Christmas. I've never hooked up at a Christmas party. I had to think about that. So no, but the study abroad trip, I legitimately thought I was in Brazil, and like I don't know, the guy was just really nice. His name was David. Yes. He was very sweet. I mean, like, and like, like he was also like, his like side gig was like he was a physical I don't know. It was some type of like massage, physical therapy type of thing. So he was just very touchy. And then I just remember like one night we were out and he was just very like huggy, and it was just like and so we kissed, but it was just we did because I was like, what are these feelings? But I look back and I'm like, this was that was travel. It was just travel, a summer love, like a fling. Yeah. Like that's what they feel like a fling to me. Like I don't think that they would make it out of the house, and I feel like the show was trying to force a Nicolandria on me, and I'm like, I agree with that. Stop it. Yes. I don't need it. Like I don't. They're not Nicolandria, and let them not be. But
yes, yeah. I just want something. I'm excited for the recoupling that's going to happen on tonight's episode. I just need something to make me like finish the episode and go, whoa. Wow. I feel like all week I've just been like, okay. And again, I don't need anything explosive. I don't need the producers to go in and create anything crazy. Like I'm not saying that. But again, this is the first season I've watched since I've started watching Love Island where I'm just not rooting for anybody. I don't feel anything. Even Corbin, he's like, yeah, I don't care about kids. Like I'm laughing because it's like,
of course you don't. Like, we can tell. Like we know. Like, and also, Kinsey too. Where I'm like, both of them. Like we know you don't. Yeah. I think maybe that's the problem. Is that like the show is relying on like drama and tricks and like shock to get us to watch, because I do think it's been filled with that, like we're really trying to like mess these people up. Like even last night's thing, I was like, oh, this feels
last night was
chaos. Like it was like, oh, this feels icky, but like they're not doing anything to make us care about the couples, and that's the problem. It feels more drama than like, oh, I actually am invested in watching these people fall in love. We'll see. Who do you think is bringing people back, and then who do you think is gonna stick together? I'm curious.
Well, Zach, you have no choice now, hun. So go ahead and get back to.
Try. Oh, you know what? Kayda's not gonna bring in what's his name, Ronnie. Who even is it?
Yeah.
The boys, I don't remember. I don't remember any of
me
the
neither.
boys.
Also, I have thoughts about the guys they picked, but we are all beautiful in God's eyes. So, but I'm just like. Some of these that we like, but everyone has their own preferences. So I mean, as long as things aren't colorist, and
they're talking about Gaul like
it's.
Come on, guys. Like I'm like, and again, we are all beautiful in our own right, but that man looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. And y'all have to stop playing in my face. Jen and Kinsey fighting over this man is crazy.
I was definitely like, I just remember, and again, we don't like Kenny. I remember what Kenny did when he like came to the villa. No, and honestly, let me not even mention him because yuck.
No, I get it. We don't. Oh yeah, but I'm like, Kenny is still hot. Like I like that's what you're gonna say. I'm like, he's annoying and terrible person. Still hot. Miguel.
When Miguel walked into that, like that's like I have not felt that. I just haven't felt that. I haven't felt the bombshells really bombshell and like kind of it's just. And is this the first season in a while where we haven't had influencers? I think that's the case.
They
right?
say that's like I think that was the whole thing with like this casting was that they're trying to get normal people, and I'm like, maybe we need the influencers. I don't know.
I think we need the influencers.
Like,
I think we need
is Parmita
the
not an influencer? I refuse to believe that Parmita is not an influencer. Like, whatever. Like, I don't.
Corbin is with his workout stuff. Like, I just
stop.
Or mix them up because I want people who are consciously aware of perception, because I do think in some ways that kind of helped with previous seasons where they're okay, I'm not going to do this, but this will just be a good thing to do in the show, versus people, in addition to people who are not, and they'll kind of do the things that make for good TV. Like, I just think that's a good combo. Again, I don't dislike the season. It's kept me locked in.
I'm watching.
Always going to watch. But I want something, I need a shake up. But who's leaving? I think Zach is going to go back to Kayda. I think KC.
I think he's bringing TT back. I think he's bringing TT back.
Yeah.
I think after watching Carl, because remember he was like, after watching Carl, he's like, that's the thing I don't like about him. I never got that leg up. He's just so, he's giving loser.
That
he's giving like,
that
it's
was
giving
weird.
I think it's because he's hanging out with Corbin, but it's giving whack. I'm like,
bro, we gotta
like,
get him away from that. We gotta get him away from Corbin.
But because of that, I think he's bringing TT back, and I think Anaya is going to not bring Carl back, unfortunately.
I don't think I don't see, and again, I just don't see the sparks with them.
Same,
I just don't I don't feel anything, y'all. I'm just not feeling anything. Definitely know Parmita and Corbin, y'all go ahead and have your time.
Confirmed.
Please.
They will not win, but he is bringing her back.
You will not
and
win
they're
on my
ride
watch.
to the end. Yeah, they will not
win.
win.
You will not win on my watch, because what happened last season, no, y'all will not trick me. The winner, no disrespect, but that shouldn't have been who
She
won.
didn't deserve. Yeah, I know.
No.
I loved her as an individual. If she'd have wanted to take the money by herself, I'd have been fine. I didn't like that. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Nope. And then, oh my gosh, who else? Who are we
Trinity
missing?
and Bryce. I think they're gonna come back. Trinity and Bryce are gonna come back together. I don't think because who even is Bryce with? I couldn't even tell you.
Who is Bryce with?
And then Trinity was with Ronnie, and she was like, "I'm not gonna bring back Ronnie." So like, exactly. I don't think they're bringing anybody back. And then there's Caleb will probably bring back that girl. I don't even know her name. And then who else is? I don't think Kayda's bringing anybody back. Jen will probably bring back Gall, and then I think Kinsey's gonna bring back Dylan. That's everybody.
Jen's another one.
Where is she? What does she do? Yeah, she can go. Like, she was like, I think she mentioned in her thing that she was giving boring, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Oh, she was like, the guys are drooling over me. Am I boring? And I was kind of like, I mean, kind of. At least on TV, you might not be boring in real life. I don't know, but
and that's the
you're boring on
unfortunate
this
part.
show.
Because Gabrielle, when he left the villa and on After Sun, and I only watched like clips of it, I actually didn't get to watch the full episode, but he was talking about like his school and his degree and like all of these things. I'm like, wow, we did not get this from you on the show. We got you got the horny edit. Yeah, they gave you the horny edit, which again, you got to make a good show. But I don't know. I just want Sincere to bring AMOR back. That's what I want. That's the last one.
Sincere is with AMOR, and
that's what I want.
I feel like that would devastate Melanie, because I don't think Melanie's bringing back this boy.
It Corey. Would, but I also don't think
they're not going to work out.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't, and I don't want to. Yeah, I just don't see it really working out. Obviously, they have like the connection, South Jersey and Philly, and then they got all the like common interests.
The drama,
Go Birds. I love. Like, I think that's all cool, and I think it could work. But I just don't think the soul of it all. Like, I don't think she's gonna. And now the girls are also drilling that into her head. Like, remember he did that. Like, which I'm like, we're doing a lot here.
That's how I felt about this week. Like, obviously because they're separated, they're gassing each other up. Even with like Anaya and Casey, I think each of them is pouring gasoline on the fires, and they're not talking calmly or level-headed. Like, they are just like, fuck that. Like, it's very that, and I'm like, I don't think that's healthy. Like, I think you guys are not being healthy right now.
No.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be able to get
what are we
over
all hyped for? None of you are like moving anything. Yeah, like nobody's that connected. Like, why are we walking around doing all this for what? Like I'm so confused. No. So I would like to see Sincere and AMOR, just because I think that I do see something there. I could be totally wrong and come back and be like, y'all, I lied. Yeah, I totally lied. But yeah, just let's something. Let me feel something. And I want to add, everybody on Threads, rein it in a little bit. Y'all getting a little crazy.
we are think piecing it a little bit to death.
Y'all getting
I mean,
a little
like
crazy. No, yeah, like we can talk about the show, our couples, what we think, but some of the stuff I'm seeing about people's character and where they're like it's just.
I'm like, whoa.
Let's have the discourse about what we see, who we want to couple up, who we think is moving weird or moving funny.
Keep it about the show.
Yeah, like, and if you find some old tweets, then I'm riding with you. Then let's get them off. But the discourse this year. Do you feel like the discourse this year has been like really intense?
It feels like it feels like everybody is under a super big microscope and they're taking the smallest things and making it like you're a terrible. And I'm like, whoa, guys, it's not that serious. Like, I don't think these people are bad. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think anyone on the show. I don't think anyone on the show is. Even the Alana of it all, like, I get removing her from the show, but like even her, actually her thing with that was weird. Never mind, because her no touching thing, that was an actual weird thing to do in the thing. I feel like let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That is a good one. That is a good example of when someone does something where it's like, whoa. I think most of the things that everyone else is doing is like, well, okay, come on. Like, I mean, like, I don't think they're being malicious or weird or they're just being young and dumb.
and that's the thing. Even if they are being malicious and weird, like, we don't have to. I'm always so, because I remember in previous seasons when like Serena and Cordell left the villa and they're like, hey, I went through my DMs, I'm reading my phone. Even I saw Shelly did an interview recently. She was talking about like the stuff that people are sending her. Like, just have your thoughts, of course. And if we see something like that's off, we can all dialogue. But I just saw some stuff last night where I'm like, what? Guys, these are 22, 23, and yes, some are 27.
And they're real people. And they are real people who are not famous. They are becoming famous, quotations, but like they're in their brains still very normal people, and so when they come out, they're going to see these things, and so like that's fair. Have some grace, and like or just like be aware. You don't have to like
be aware. And if we see something, say something.
I'm sorry I called you Gollum. That was mean. You know what? You are a fine looking young man. I was joking jokes. You're not my type, but you know what? I get how they are. I'm sorry I called you Gollum. That was me. I had to think back, and I was like, you know what? I did the same thing to Gollum. You don't look like Gollum. You know what? I'm glad that there are many people out there who like that, and so yeah. Gollum was kind of cute. You know, actually, Gollum wasn't so bad.
Honestly,
Gollum wasn't ugly. He was kind of cute, you know.
He was a cute character to me. I know.
He was.
Nadirah, shut up. I don't believe you, but he wasn't a cute character to me.
He was kind of adorable.
Yeah. Well, Keon, stop liking posts too, because you
weirdo.
Contributing to it. That's
the thing. Also, once you leave the villa, especially if you were not a main character, go away. Soul,
go
YouTube.
away.
I'm like, girl, go. Like, why am I still seeing lives from Soul?
I know. And you know, I was riding with Soul. I won't say riding with Soul, but I was like, y'all
rooting
are doing
for her.
A lot on her. Like, let's reel it in. But I do think maybe just no more lives. Like, she'll be at the reunion. She's enough of a storyline. Like, you'll get your chance. But I don't know.
Let it go.
I would like for them to do that too. Let's get a no social media clause or a no live clause or a no interview clause in the contracts.
Ooh, yeah.
So that people can't talk until the reunion. Because that used to be the best. When you watch Housewives, and they still kind of do it anyway, but when people would be like, I'm saving it for the reunion. Save it for the reunion.
And also, that's how you really have your, like, because by the time, if you give us all this now, we're not going to care by the time you come to the reunion, and we're going to be like, please move on. Like, and also the show has less incentive to say anything to you, because like, well, you already talked about it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Girl, keep it for the reunion.
I want y'all to all get your bags. Shut your mouth. Yeah. Come on.
That is all we have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social pages at Freshly Popped. You can like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on Spotify or wherever you're listening. Nadirah, thank you so much for jumping in again, popping in today.
I love this show. Shout out to Freshly Popped. Y'all are the best.
Come on. Thank you. I know you're the best. Thank you. You've been fantastic co-host. We definitely will have you back on the pod. And don't forget to share this with your friends. And that's all we have this week. We're gonna watch some Love Island tonight and see who these recouplings go, child. I
will be texting you because tonight I'm telling. We're just gonna see, but Sincere and AMOR lock in.
I do want them to come back. I do.
I just want them to come back. Yeah, I need a shock. Jaws should drop.
Gaggy.
Yeah, something should gag me. That's it. I haven't been gagged all season, right?
At all.
That's just it. Like, I would like
I'm not gagging.
Yep, I'm not gagging. And I would like to be gagged.
Well, we will see
LOL.
if we are. I know. I was gonna say it. I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, once I said, I was like, ooh.
Metaphorically.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we will be metaphorically gagging this weekend, and we will be back with next week. See you all tomorrow. No, see you next week. You've been popped.